In the south, legends of giants persist. Ossian's mound at Clochig Farm is reputed to be the burial place of Ossian, the poet's son of Finn. They even say Glen Scorridale is named after the giant Scorri, who lived in the glen long ago. A political giant, in Scottish terms at least, the former First Minister, Jack McConnell, now Lord McConnell of Glen Scorridale, spent much of his childhood on a farm in the glen, now a Buddhist retreat. Shanachie Cottages are 3 self-catering holiday cottages in an elevated position on the southern tip of the island. Barnstable and Erib command stunning views over both Ayrshire and Kintyre, whilst Kilbride Cottage, a little gem, makes you feel at home with its open fire. The nearby manse at Kilmorey lays claim to being the oldest inhabited one in the country. Continue to Kildonan, where seals bob up and down, spying on the coming and going with what seems like a keen interest. The setting is spectacular, with the most amazing views over the water to Plada and, in the middle distance, Ailsa Craig, with the distant hills of Galloway Forest Park as the final backcloth. To the west, the shores of Kintyre are visible, with, on a clear day, the distant shores of Ireland. This rocky coastline has witnessed many shipwrecks, and until 1981, the Coast Guard for Arran was based hereabouts. Kildonan is named after St Donan, who arrived here with St Columba in the 6th century, and is buried near Kildonan Farm, where the foundations of an early chapel are said to lie. Kildonan Castle, now a ruin, was a royal residence until 1405, then bestowed to John Stuart of Ardgowan, passing in the 17th century to the Hamilton family. The islands of Bute and Arran once formed a separate kingdom. This was a twilight zone between Scotland and Norway, until eventually Norway sold the island in 1266. When Alexander III came to power, only 100 of some 750 islands were under his control. In the next 2 centuries, they all fell under the power of the Scottish king. Arran is often called Scotland in miniature. Indeed, the Highland Fault does pass through the middle of it, thus creating a Highland and Lowland division. Firmly in the lowland half is the next settlement, Whiting Bay, which can trace its history back to prehistoric times. The so-called Giant's Grave bears witness to this. Later Viking occupation is evidenced by the burial mound at King's Cross. It was from here that Robert the Bruce sailed to Ayrshire and on to his ultimate victory at Bannockburn. An established Clydeside resort for over a century, Whiting Bay is well versed in catering for visitors. The Eden Lodge is one of a number of established hotels on the island, but has undergone a complete makeover and has a contemporary modern interior, which contrasts well with the fine Victorian features of this attractive building. It offers excellent home-cooked food in the Bar Eden, as well as a beer garden, is listed in the Good Beer and Camera guides, and often has the local Arran Ale on tap. Accommodation is available in a number of options, from a king size with an ensuite jacuzzi, to double and twin with ensuite shower, to single and bunk rooms. The nearby Holy Isle can be reached by a small ferry from the pier at Lamlash. This small island was acquired by a group of Tibetan Buddhists in 1992 and is today a centre of world peace and health. It has been of religious significance for centuries. In the 6th century, St Molaise lived in a hermit's cave here, and the island is officially designated as a UK sacred site. This lofty isle protects the bay at Lamlash, for it was here that King Haakon of Norway moored his armada before attacking Scotland and his eventual defeat at the Battle of Largs, after which the battered remnants returned to the safety of these waters before departing these shores forever. The bay was also used for British naval forces, particularly just before the First World War, when there was a fear of civil war in Ireland. In the Second World War, Winston Churchill visited. During this time, the Navy presented trophies to the golf club, still played for today. The course has played host to many royal visitors, Prince Albert, King Edward VIII and King George VI. Lamlash was also headquarters of the 11th Scottish Commandos. In Lamlash, just 50 yards from the shore, is Ty and Ellen, a sister business to Ellen Moore Bar and Bistro in Brodick. It offers recently converted and decorated ensuite rooms in either double, twin and triple options.